Hello and welcome to the Stratazine podcast. I'm Emily Russell, and joining me today are Caitlin, Allie, Carrie, Mason, Hannah, Cameron W, and Cameron B. Today we'll be exploring how YouTube has evolved from a simple video sharing platform into one of its most influential media platforms in the world. Caitlin researched YouTube's transformation from its early days to the platform we know today. Caitlin, do you mind sharing with us what you learned?
Of course, Emily. We want to talk about how YouTube has changed from its beginning and compare it to now. To start, let's talk about some ways the culture of YouTube has changed from old times to now.
Today, we're taking a look at how YouTube has changed from its launch in February of 2005. With 21 years as an evolving social media platform, it has morphed with its users over the years. According to Global Media Insight, as of May 2026, over 2.7 billion people worldwide use YouTube every month. First, let's talk about the original YouTubers and how the types of popular content on YouTube have changed. According to the New York Times and Britannica, some of the first popular YouTubers were MatPat, Miranda Sings, Grace Helbig, and Wheezy Waiter. They created a variety of content and shaped the platform from the beginning. But what kind of content did they create that got them popular? We'll talk about this next. Daily vlogs, viral trends, and challenges gave viewers a look into creators' everyday lives, challenges, and adventures. We also got prank videos and games like carpool karaoke. Gaming videos skyrocketed, as well as sketch comedy and music parodies. Experiment and DIY videos gained popularity with channels such as 5-Minute Crafts that showed quick activities viewers could do. Today, there is no clear leader on what type of YouTube content is most popular. However, we learned from Statista that video games, current politics, and sports are some of the more popular topics lately. For additional information and to reference the sources used in the video, check out the show notes and the attributions at the end of this podcast. For Stratazine, I'm Caitlin Reedhead.
What type of channels or content did y'all watch growing up?
One of the things that I think about is kid snippets. I don't know how many people are familiar with them, but they're basically just adult scenarios with kid voiceovers in each scene. And I just thought they were hilarious. So that's one of the biggest ones for me, is just the humor part. I loved watching humorous videos. And then the second one for me is Mr. Beast as well, which I'm sure most people know who that is now. But he basically just does a bunch of challenges and works on giving away money, basically. And I just think some of the content that he produces is really entertaining and cool. So those are the two things that I like.
Yeah, thank you. I watched kid snippets also.
Yeah, I used to watch, I kind of grew up in the 2010s, and so I had a lot of PewDiePie, Markiplier. These were like really big gaming channels. And it's funny because back then you could count on, like, it was just a few dozen YouTube channels with over 1 million subs. And now there's literally tens of thousands of YouTube channels with millions of subscribers that I'll probably never watch or learn about. So it's crazy how there's such niche content that is wildly successful. I didn't see that growing up. It just goes to show how saturated YouTube is and how many people use it.
So true. And how has your usage of YouTube changed today?
Personally, I feel like I watch YouTube more than TV. And I think like growing up, I watched more TV just because that's what was available. But like definitely once I like became like a teenager and stuff, like I watch YouTube a lot more than anything else.
Yeah, I grew up with TV over YouTube, but like you said, it's definitely a change in culture and how just how we function. Thank you, Holly.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much, Caitlin. Okay, so next we're going to give Allie the chance to share with us how YouTube has changed and the way children grow up on the internet and interact with content online. Allie.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you for everyone for that great discussion. And I'm going to kind of be building off what Caitlin previously discussed about the culture of YouTube and how it's changed, but specifically in the ways that children grow up. I'm sure we've all been a witness to a kid having a meltdown, crying, screaming, the whole package. Then suddenly their parent or caregiver gives them an iPad or a tablet, and then it was like nothing was ever wrong. In no way am I trying to criticize parents in situations like these, but more look at this situation as a whole. This brings me to the topic of my research, the development of kids growing up on YouTube. From a study conducted by K-Cure in 2021, they found that out of the 195 children they studied, 21% of them started using YouTube before the age of 4. Now, for about the last 70 years, most American families have owned a TV. This has led many people to grow up watching it. According to the Washington Post, there has been a notable shift towards babies and toddlers accessing short-form videos through YouTube instead of watching TV. Often with these content creators on YouTube, their goals are more often to get views than it is to educate their audience. In an article from ACPC Psychology, they said, many YouTube personalities are people who act in outrageous ways or take controversial stances on topics because that is more likely to get them views and thus advertisers. From this information about the development of YouTube in the life of children can show how the platform has really changed our society. As we previously discussed a little bit earlier, that a lot of us grew up watching YouTube when we got a little bit older, in teenage years. How do you think that the platform has changed since specifically when we were kids and with the creation of YouTube Kids and just short form content?
Well, YouTube is democratized. You can put whatever you want on it, more or less, and that's great for adults because I can find highly specific videos on how to fix my car, or if I want to watch a video about the news, about something very specific, I can find it. But for kids, if you look at YouTube Kids and the kinds of channels on YouTube Kids, it's overstimulating. The colors are terrible. I have 2 kids, so you're going to learn all about this when you guys have kids. We only show our kids 90s cartoons, like SpongeBob even, which a lot of our parents didn't even let us watch SpongeBob because it was too overstimulating. Very mild compared to what you'll find on your average YouTube Kids channel. And so it's just, I don't know. I don't know what there is to do about it. You can't ban kids as the government from watching YouTube. I don't know. But as a parent, I'm just never going to let my kid near that stuff. You can watch YouTube when he's 10, but not now. He's 3. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
I am grateful for the settings that they've created in as you've made your videos that you can check this is for kids, this is not for kids, because there's a lot of information online that is not safe for children. Mm-hmm. And so I like that they've added that safety feature. Mm-hmm. However, things still get by, but I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Things do get by. So there's this news channel I watched, and they were mad because YouTube won't show their videos to kids. But it was a video about the war in Iran. Why does my kid need to watch a video about the war in Iran? So I guess there's something about it with monetization or something. I don't know. They really need to fix that because it's kind of crazy that they need to worry about that as a news channel.
Mm-hmm. I think personally, in comparison to how I grew up watching YouTube Kids versus kids watching YouTube these days, I would say that I wouldn't change anything that I watched because, I didn't really run into anything like war in Iran or anything like that. It felt very separated. I was into a lot of gaming channels, Cameron had said earlier. But these days, I definitely would not spend as much time if I were a kid on YouTube. It's too scary.
Yeah.
Very true.
Kind of building off that, do you guys wish you didn't watch as much YouTube growing up, or kind of wish that there was more safety nets on it, as a kid growing up watching it?
I think personally, that was a way that I connected with friends in school a lot, in elementary and middle school. We would talk about our favorite YouTubers like Matt Pat or Sky Does Minecraft and everything, and did you watch the latest episode? So back then, no, not really. But now, no, I don't think I would want to watch as much YouTube as possible.
Yeah. So. I definitely think that maybe I probably shouldn't be watching all the things I did growing up, but I feel definitely even now, the culture on YouTube has just changed in the environment, and it's not the same as it even was 10 years ago. But thank you guys.
Yep. Thank you so much, Allie, for that great discussion. Okay, next we're going to hear from Carrie. She's going to walk us through the history of YouTube monetization and how creators began earning money from their content.
Thank you. As Emily said, I will be discussing the history of YouTube monetization and how it has changed through the years.
Today I'm talking about the history of YouTube monetization. In the beginning, YouTube was completely ad-free, so they were losing money instead of making money, therefore could not pay creators. But then YouTube started gaining a lot of traffic and attention. According to a press release, Google acquired the platform in 2006 for $1.65 billion. According to YouTube's official blog, YouTube monetization went from invitation only, then to a free-for-all, then to needing 10,000 views, and now you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within 90 days to be monetized. Requirements are now also more complex with fan funding in YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts also have their own history for monetization. According to Wikipedia, Shorts started out without monetization. Then YouTube launched a Creators Fund for it. That fund was then replaced with the YouTube Partner Program. To be monetized, it takes millions of views. At first, anyone could get a piece of the pie, but then it was changed to a requirement of 1,000 subscribers and 10 million views in 90 days. This chart shows how much YouTube has paid their creators over the years. The information comes from Mashable and Forbes, Australia, and the chart was made with Gemini. These are my sources. For Stratazine, I'm Carrie.
So my question is, should the requirements to have videos and shorts be monetized through the YouTube Partner Program be loosened, stricter, or stay the same, and why?
I definitely think they should be loosened because then it makes it more fair for those smaller businesses and gives more people an opportunity to branch out and grow and be popular. And sometimes people don't, they have a good idea and can create good content, but they just can't get the credit that they deserve for that. And so it should be loosened so that they can make money off their good content.
I definitely agree with you. As a YouTuber myself, I've had millions of views, but I haven't seen a cent. And as you saw from my graph, they have the money to pay creators. So I say they should loosen it so smaller creators can get paid.
Because I think often, like, the smaller creators are even putting in more work than the bigger, like, channels and everything. And so it's like, obviously the bigger channels have people they need to pay and everything, but like there's no reason that you shouldn't be getting credit for the work and effort you put in, especially when if you want a channel to be successful, it kind of has to be a full-time job, but not get any payment for that full-time job is hard.
Yeah. Exactly. We put in a lot of work and then you don't see any payment for it. Thank you guys for your insights.
Thanks so much, Carrie. Okay, now Mason will discuss what monetization on YouTube might look like in the future.
Perfect. Yeah, and thank you, Carrie, for your thoughts kind of on the history. I'm just going to run us through what monetization on YouTube might look like going forward. According to recent market analysis, such as the Creator Economy Startup Funding Report, YouTube has changed, and relying solely on ad revenue is no longer viable. Today's YouTube requires a variety of strategies. Ads form the foundation, while sponsorships, community memberships, and merch sales account for the majority of income. Doing our best to look into the future, we see trends towards frictionless shopping. As discussed in YouTube's Broadcast 2026 announcements, the platform seems to be moving away from external links. Features such as Google Pay now allow users to purchase products directly inside of YouTube even while the video is still playing. Next, if a recent global shift towards AI is any indicator, then we shouldn't be surprised that the future of the video platform is likely headed in the same direction. Tech industry trackers have recently tracked YouTube's auto-dubbing. This means that using AI, a video can now automatically dub itself into multiple languages. This ability opens up the platform to countless new users at virtually no cost. Ultimately, the future seems to lean toward more centralized commerce and decentralized income. Grandview Research projects that the creator economy will reach $1.3 trillion by 2033. As the platform becomes more decentralized, monetization is likely to shift from ad revenue to direct community backing. Yeah. Just a question for you all. How many of you have a YouTuber or a creator who you like enough to support them, like by buying their merch or subscribing to one of their other channels?
I have.
Yeah, me too.
I brought it. I have YouTuber merch that I use like every day. It's a little like drink koozie, and so it says me after the first sip. But But yeah, this was like just a small way to support one of my favorite creators, and like it's something that they use in their videos all the time, and they do like they call it coffee cams, and so it's like a little vlog. They go and get coffee and stuff, and so it's something that is very usable, but also it's a fun way to support the creators and also be part of their like I don't know, just their culture and be part of what they're doing. Like having the same thing is kind of fun and cool.
Yeah, I think also like the way that I participated was like buying candy. You know, like Joyride. I don't know if you guys know Joyride, but Joyride's a big candy from a YouTuber, and like there's Feastables, which we all are familiar with, and so that's one way that I like help them in a way, and so yeah.
Yeah, it's better than a T-shirt because that's usually what I see.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's actually what you brought up about YouTube shifting, because monetization is how we got YouTube today. But they want to stop paying people and just go directly to letting people buy merch on the website. Because right now, if you want to buy merch, you have to go through like a link tree and you have to find the store. It's like, I don't want to. I'd rather do anything else.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what you brought up about that. I didn't know they were doing that. So.
Another thing is, like, besides merch, is that a lot of people are opening Patreons as well. So you go and support them through Patreon directly instead of just buying merch too.
Right.
So.
There's like so many new outlets. How many of you have ever bought something off of like TikTok Shop? Just because
Probably haven't.
Yeah, just because it's easy, right? It's right there. You see it in the video, and you're like, oh, it's easy. So kind of looking forward, that's what we see in that direction. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Mason. Okay, next we're going to hear from Cameron W., and he's going to discuss how recording and editing have influenced success on YouTube.
Thanks, Emily. So I will discuss how the advancements of technology has created an impact on YouTube over the years and how it has led to greater success for the future. YouTube today looks polished and professional, but it started with simple homemade videos. YouTube originally started in 2005 as a dating website where people would upload introduction videos. That idea failed, but users began sharing all kinds of content instead. YouTube quickly made video sharing easier and more popular because anyone could upload videos from home using webcams or simple cameras. Another interesting fact is that YouTube didn't create the trending page until 2010, so videos became popular mostly through shares and viral recommendations. In the early days of YouTube, recording and editing were much simpler than they are today. Most creators used webcams, flip phones, or low-quality digital cameras to film videos, often in their bedrooms or homes. Editing was usually done with basic software like Windows Movie Maker or iMovie, so videos had fewer cuts, simple text, and minimal effects. Even though the quality was lower, audiences enjoyed old YouTube because the videos felt authentic, creative, and personal. Since 2006, YouTube has grown from around 20 million viewers to about 2.58 billion users in 2026. As YouTube became more popular, creators also improved their recording and editing techniques with better cameras, microphones, and faster-paced editing styles. Higher quality content helped attract larger audiences and turned YouTube from a simple video sharing website into one of the world's biggest entertainment platforms. Awesome. So the question that I had for you guys was, we have seen how YouTube has grown and changed over the years. So what do you think matters more? Do you think it's the creativity and type of content, or do you think editing and recording is more important? And why do you guys think so?
I think personally creativity, because you can look up an editing tutorial on any kind of editing style and copy and paste into any video. Creativity really comes from you as a person and trying to stand out more than other people, which is why there's a lot of people that do make it on YouTube very well, is because of their creativity, not because of their editing. It's more creativity first, editing second.
Yeah, I like that. I think people are searching for certain types of content, and I think when they find that is what makes them most interested in a certain video.
I think it's especially relevant. We live in the age of AI, right? I don't like watching AI videos. I like the human aspect, So I agree with you, Hannah. Creativity is what makes it special.
And I agree with creativity as well. Like when you start off YouTube, you have to make your first video. And the fact is your first video is just not going to be very good because you're starting out, and you could have it edited really good. But if you don't have that practice of like having that creativity in with it, then it doesn't matter. And it's always those videos that like come and the videos that you make within like 3 seconds that go viral, and you're like, I barely put any work into this.
Don't get me started.
It like goes out. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you for those insights. Those are some great insights.
Thank you, Cameron. Now Cameron B is going to discuss how YouTube became a serious business platform.
Thank you, Emily. Yeah, so I'll be discussing how after mass monetization, YouTube became a serious platform for business and how production quality became a requirement for success.
Modern YouTube. Modern YouTube is very different than the casual video platform it was in the past. Today, the platform is a mass business and entertainment site. According to recent data from Statista, YouTube now earns more ad revenue than many cable TV networks combined. That means creators have a real chance to build careers online in ways that only once existed in television or Hollywood. Another major shift is celebrity culture. For younger audiences, internet creators are often more recognizable than traditional movie stars. Influencers and creators have become the new generation of celebrities. For example, Mr. Beast is more recognizable worldwide than like Anne Hathaway. PewDiePie is going to be more recognizable across the world than even people like Matt Damon. Finally, large creator networks and companies called MCNs have now completely dominated and taken over the platform. It allows creators to share resources and more efficiently produce content. This has created large corporate structures that are very difficult to compete with as a single creator, but very lucrative if you can get in and get involved. So, while old YouTube was about simple creativity and fun, modern YouTube has evolved into a professional media platform. Thanks for listening.
And so the question with all of that is, in what way has corporate influence impacted YouTube content creation as a whole?
I think personally it's impacted a lot of how people view their like favorite creators and stuff like that, because like often people follow a certain creator or watch their videos because it's relatable or it's something that they can understand. But then when they become too corporate or get too much money or higher production, like you kind of lose that spark of being relatable and being able to see them as a real person. And it kind of turns into like, oh, that's a famous person, that's a YouTuber. It's not the same, I feel like.
Yeah, I think a lot of us have probably seen that, where you catch the creator at 30,000 or 50,000 subs, and then their content's great. They upload once or twice a month, and then they have 1 million subs. They're uploading weekly, but all the content feels the same. And that's probably because they join one of these networks, and they all share editors. They share resources, which allows them to produce a lot of content very quickly. But it starts to make everything feel the same. It's like eating a Big Mac every day. It's like it's good every once in a while. But if I'm getting the same video every week, I'm not that interested. They don't care. They're going to go make millions and retire. But, the content creator that I first watched is now gone. It's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cameron. Okay, to wrap up our discussion, we are going to listen to Hannah as she shares a little bit more about how YouTube has changed over time.
Thank you, Emily. And like my fellow hosts have said before, YouTube has changed a lot, both in culture, in business, etc. I'd like to add some of the key features that have been added over the years. Hello, everyone. And today I'll be talking about YouTube's added features over the years. Some added features include high-resolution videos, adding the standard 1080p and upward of 4K, ad revenue implications in 2007, live streaming introduced in 2011 with Super Chat and gifting money coming later, YouTube Shorts that competed with TikTok and Instagram, that came in 2020. The most recent endeavor that YouTube is doing is the use of AI. And according to The Guardian, more than 20% of YouTube videos presented to new YouTube users is AI slop. And that's a lot of slop. There are other tools that YouTube has been trying to use, such as AI dubbing, turning mini videos into different languages for other people. There's also AI video enhancement that helps smooth over your videos as well. YouTubers and content creators seem very divided when it comes to the use of AI, some saying that the enhancement and dubbing make their videos worse, while others say that the AI is helpful when it comes to workflow. And these are my sources. Thank you all so much. So, my question for you guys today is, what do you guys think has been a major key feature added to YouTube over the years?
I mean, the obvious one is shorts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I search for something, every time I'm going down my feed on YouTube, there's so many shorts, almost to the point like where I can't find long form content anymore, which is what I personally enjoy, right? My brother, he watches, like you said, with the AI videos, AI shorts, like on repeat. And that's just like, I don't know. I see that as like not a good thing. I don't know. What are your thoughts on shorts?
It should be illegal. No, but it is annoying because YouTube's dominated long form content. That's what they're good at. That's what we all know them for. If we want short form, we go to Reels or TikTok, right? And I get their business and they're just trying to compete. But yeah, it drives me crazy too when I can't find what I'm looking for with that long form content.
And I think it's kind of crazy, like from Hannah's video, like they were only introduced in 2020. It's only been like 6 years, which is still a long time, but I'm like, I can't, like, it's hard for me to remember like when a time without shorts, you know. It's such like a big thing. And I've have a lot of creators that I've watched that they're like, oh yeah, YouTube is like really like benefiting people that post shorts and stuff. So they're kind of like forced to if they want to do well. And so it's just a really different kind of environment than not even 10 years ago, which is crazy.
All right. Thank you guys for your comments, especially your fiery passion about shorts. And I think that has made a big change, especially for YouTube. Emily, any conclusions?
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. And thank you, everybody, for what you prepared and brought to our discussion today. We were able to explore how YouTube has changed in culture, in content, monetization, production, and also user experience. So with that, we will go ahead and wrap up our discussion. Thank you for joining us today on this edition of Stratazine. Make sure to check out our additional podcasts on digital and social media and on our YouTube channel.